Um, well, I think the pressing concerns are we have two things going on at once. We have many more people needing pro bono services, people who are middle class people who suddenly find themselves either out of work and out of the middle class, or increasingly priced out of being able to afford private counsel. At the same time, we have a situation where the legislatures have seen the courts as a budget line in a way that they haven't before, and are making cuts that push the courts below minimum levels needed to keep the courts open to require access to anyone. And those two things coming at the same time, along with new legal needs, particularly in foreclosure areas and in employment areas and in health areas, cause more and more people to need the services. And so we have a decreased ability to provide an increased need for services and a mismatch. People don't know how to access services. People who've never used legal services or pro bono before find themselves completely at sea, I think, because this is something that's new to them. Certainly the law firms, I think, have less access to some of these people than they might have traditionally. And so I think that with the increased need, there needs to be another look at how we make the match between the need and the available resources. We need deep partnerships. We need deep partnerships because this is something that hasn't happened before, at least in the cycle that I've been around in the legal system, where not only is there an economic problem, but for the first time the courts are being looked at by legislators as a source of additional funding cuts, and the sense that the courts need to operate at a certain basic level in order to provide any access for anyone is a message that's been lost. And I don't think that either the courts or the bar have really had to struggle with that in the same way in recent memory. And I think that's one area where law firms in particular can step up. They're sophisticated users of the courts. They're sophisticated in terms of dealing with funders and legislators. And they understand the justice system and the needs of the justice system in a way that a lot of other actors don't. But having said that, we've always said that pro bono, like